I like to spread positivity. I like my videos to make people feel happy and have a happy vibe to it. The reason why viewers watch it is that they get something out of it, whether it's enjoyment, whether it's time pass, whether it's something more useful that adds value to their lives, whatever it may be. That's the reason why people are there. There's a lot of effort that creators put into creating content, and I'm talking with respect to all creators that you follow, that you revisit their platforms over and over again to consume content. Show a little empathy and try to understand from their perspective too. Oh, I love this. The Tabubia. Bengaluru is pink this time of the year. The things we love about Nama Bengaluru. Hi folks, welcome to another Sunday ride. This is going to be a short puttering around the city sort of ride. Tire feels a little soft. Just check the air pressure, make sure that it's all fine. Turning off the engine soon after I crank it the first time always gives me a bit of a nervous sort of feeling, because the last time I did that here on my old battery, the motorcycle didn't crank again and I had to go through a bit of an adventure to get the motorcycle going once again. But this is a new battery, so it should be fine. Fingers crossed always. Trying to figure out the direction I should ride in. Maybe let's go towards the city. I hope you enjoy these moto vlogs, and the fact that you've been watching them over the last few months suggests to me that you do. Of course, I also get numerous comments. Most of them are very nice, great comments, and really encourages me to do more of what I do. But once in a while I'll get the stray comment that sometimes may seem a little odd, but you deal with that too. So I try to address most comments, especially if there are some which have a perspective which may be different. Unless the comment is hurtful towards anybody or abusive or something that crosses the line of normal decency, we don't typically remove comments from our channels. So I try to address as many perspectives as I can. And yesterday there was a comment on one of the motovlogs, not even on a motovlog, on a picture that I had posted, which had me at breakfast wearing my riding gear. And somebody said that why don't you remove your riding gear when you're sitting down for breakfast? And I find it quite irritating to watch, and the tone was rather brusque, so my response was rather forthright too, wherein I mentioned that it's not always most convenient to stop for breakfast for some time, remove all your gear, and then find a place to keep it in the middle of a crowded restaurant and then don it back on for the ride. And I said, well, if you find it that irritating to watch, which was a word that was used, I suggest you don't watch, because I don't want people to feel irritated or troubled or irked when they watch my videos. I like to spread positivity. I like my videos to make people feel happy and have a happy vibe to it, and that's really what I like doing. And if somebody feels that by watching my video they feel irritated, troubled for whatsoever reason, I would rather them not watch my video. And to which I got another comment from somebody else which said, that's something to the effect of, ouch, that was rough, or something like that, and Kripal is showing his true colors. Well, I thought I addressed the comment there, but I thought I should also bring it up here because at the end of the day, I like to engage with all of you, my viewers. So my response to that was, if your comment is very blunt, you should also be prepared for a response that is equally forthright. The response wasn't rude, the response wasn't abusive, the response was just a response to a very blunt statement. And I think that's something that we should always remember, not just on my channels but on any creator's content, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on Facebook. The reason why viewers watch it is that they get something out of it, whether it's enjoyment, whether it's time pass, whether it's something more useful that adds value to their lives, whatever it may be. That's the reason why people are there. People are not going to watch something just because somebody's put up something, right? There are so many channels. There are about, I think, 70 odd million channels in the world. Why do people go to certain channels repeatedly to watch content? Because it does something for them, right? But I think the least that a creator would expect is a certain level of empathy in terms of what they're trying to do, and be mindful of that. So if you have a comment that is rather blunt, that is rather brusque, there's a lot of effort. There's a lot of effort that creators put into creating content. It's not easy. You may see it in the form of a 10-minute, 20-minute video that may seem rather easy flowing, but there's a lot of effort that the creator has put to create that video. Like, for instance, I'm going on this ride now, couple of hours. It takes me more effort to mount my camera and have this conversation than just ride. But I share this because there are many of you who tell me that when I go on these rides, you feel like you're riding pillion with me. And I want to share with you the joy of being out on a motorcycle ride. That's my objective, that's my perspective. I don't, some people say, well, as a YouTuber, you just create content because all content creates revenues. Yes, all content creates revenues, but the sort of content that I create on motovlogs, believe me, my time could be better spent doing something else. In terms of if you're talking about it being monetary rewarding. So when creators create content for you with a lot of passion, with a lot of love, with a lot of interest, at least show empathy towards that. Like I said, this is not just towards Kripal Amanna channel or Food Lovers TV, but I'm talking with respect to all creators that you follow, that you revisit their platforms over and over again to consume content. Show a little empathy and try to understand from their perspective too. Well, that's it. That's my 2 cents. And my morning went. It's a lovely morning though. Just going past St. Joseph's Residency Road, Museum Road. I think I will ride towards the airport road, maybe for a bit, and then turn back at some point. But most of you who watch our work love it for various reasons, and we are so grateful for that, which is what keeps me going. I spent about 13 hours on the road yesterday, but this morning I'm out to ride and film it for you. That's purely because of the love that you give me and the work that we do. Oh, I love this, the tabubia. Bengaluru is pink this time of the year. Some people confuse it as the Japanese cherry blossoms. Well, it's not the same. This is the Tabubia. I forget the full name. So now you Google it, you'll find it. And it's wonderful when you have the sun as a backdrop to it. The petals are quite translucent. There's a pink glow that you see pop from the canopy of green. The things we love about Nama Bengaluru. A nice spot of orange there. How wonderful is that? There's a traffic below it and you will have those waits at the signals. But just look around, look up. It'll make your wait enjoyable, pleasurable even. You don't need to always look at the cars in front of you, those parked next to you. The countdown on the signal timer. Soak in the foliage around you. These trees that have survived for decades and are rewarding us with their shade. I think focusing on this would put you in a much better frame of mind as you exit the signal. Look at that explosion of yellow. Beautiful. I wonder what that bell signifies. Just loop around the airport and head back. 34 kilometers. I think the airport is another 7-8 kilometers. So all in all 80 kilometer city ride. Not bad. A lot of work happening at the airport. It's been happening for a long time now. And I guess just in time for the huge surge in air travel that one is currently seeing and will also see further when I think all scheduled flight operations resume, which should be in the near future. I'm also looking forward to traveling with the boss, traveling solo, traveling with the team, and hopefully some interesting content will emerge out of those travels that you will enjoy, hopefully. And I guess as long as the overwhelming majority of you love what we do, I think that's what matters. We're grateful for that. You know, sometimes it's quite easy to be distracted by the one or two things that may not be pleasant, but that sometimes gets you to an extent that you overlook the 98 other things that are pleasant, right? I think that's pretty much the case with life too. We tend to not count our blessings as much as we count those thorns or those moments of pain. So I think we should always remember to count our blessings, and that's what I'm grateful for. Every single day that we wake up and do what we do, that we have hundreds and thousands and lakhs and millions of you who look forward to watching the content that we put out on our channels. Truly grateful. This is a little confusing with all these barricades. Plenty of cars returning from the airport. Quite a few people flying in. More people flying in than flying out this Sunday morning, I suppose. I think this is perhaps one of the country's best airports. I love my Bengaluru, so I might be a bit biased, but I think most people would also agree with me that this certainly is an airport that is super efficient in what it does, and of course now with the expansion and all that's happening, I'm sure this is going to be even better. I remember when this airport first came in, when the airport was just about to begin operations, there was a huge hue and cry about how it would not be good for Bengaluru because it was so far out of the city, and the old airport was well within the city and all of that. And I think many industrialists, many tech czars too said the same. But fast forward, I don't know how many years it's been around now. A decade? I think so. You know, this just feels like it's always been there. I think that's a typical thing with man. I think we find it very hard to accept change initially, and so we do all that we can to resist that change. And we will rationalize, we will fight it with all our might because it's unfamiliar, new, so we have apprehensions, and it's only normal to fight those apprehensions. It's only normal to resist change because of those apprehensions, etc. But then once that change is thrust upon us, well, the powers that be at that point said, hey, you know what, nothing doing. In fact, there were some proposals which also said that, you know, let the international flights happen out of here, but the domestic flights, let them continue out of the same airport. And then the authority said that's not feasible. You build an airport investing hundreds of crores, you cannot really have a situation where you use it only partly. And so therefore, when it was clear that this would be the airport for all practical purposes, well, I think we have just embraced it. This was a perspective of the airport then and now. I think now all those naysayers too must be thankful that we got this airport. In fact, I've heard so much about the new lounge in the airport and how it's really good. So anyways, that was our morning darshan of the airport, and now back to Bengaluru city. So that's it, folks, for this Sunday ride. Hi.
So, we are a big fan of yours, so...
Are you?
Yes.
My camera is on.
Can we take a picture?
Yeah, sure.
I was thinking it is you, but I didn't expect that you have such a freeing machine with you also.
This is what I ride.
We only see you in, I think, Wagoner or something there, driving around?
In a Innova Krista.
Ah.
Yeah. This is my passion, motorcycling.
Awesome. Thank you for all your videos through the pandemic.
Thank you.
Great videos. If you want, I can actually take a picture.
No. Always nice to meet food lovers wherever we go, and food lovers of all ages, which is what's always so wonderful. Right from a kid who's a toddler, perhaps doesn't understand what's happening on television, but perhaps likes my shiny round head. Two people much older too. So anyways, I think that wraps up our Sunday ride, the short city ride. I hope you enjoyed it. Hi.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
I'm a
Subscriber, okay.
Big fan of your
Okay.
vlogs, especially.
Thank you.
There's something like Kolhapuri Bell. You have done.
Kolhapuri Bale.
It's a place in Mysore itself.
Well, I hope I can complete my segment now, but always nice to meet food lovers wherever we go, and also so many suggestions that I received this couple of suggestions from the gentleman from Mysuru, and I think that's what really helps us connect to real food. So people love these places that they frequent, and they want me to taste it, savor it, and then showcase it on the shows, whether on Gourmet on the Road or on Kripal Amanna vlogs. So that's what one tries and does. So anyway, so that's it for this vlog. A very short sort of a ride. I think I've done about 76 kilometers on this Sunday morning. Not bad. Happy that we were able to get this ride. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, for whatever reason, give it a thumbs up if you watched the video until now. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel for some reason, do consider subscribing for more motor vlogs, food vlogs, and also some of our life's adventures. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.